My name is Mindy Cathcart, and I am the wellness director here at Grandview.
So how important is nutrition to someone in college?
Nutrition is extremely important, especially for college students. Dealing with high stress, maybe a little bit lack of sleep, kind of lifestyle choices. So nutrition comes into play big time.
What do you think is a healthy amount of exercise?
Well, the prescribed amount of exercise is about 150 minutes of cardio exercise a week. So 5 days a week, about 30 minutes. And then doing strength training sessions, anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week is typically what's recommended. And those sessions can, range in time and intensity.
Food pyramid, you know about that probably, right?
Yes.
Much do you recommend the food pyramid? How accurate is that?
Not so much. The newest thing has been myplate.gov.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. The thing you always have to watch with those, and not that, we can't trust government things, but it's sponsored by like the Dairy Council. So you always have to kind of watch, who funds these types of, plans that they recommend for people. Is it a decent guideline? Sure. Is it something that I kind of push on people? Not really.
Do you think it's good to take vitamins every day?
I do. The landscape and the way that our food is grown now is a lot different than it was before. And so, as much as we'd like to get all of our nutrients from food, majority of people undereat how many veggies and fruits they need a day. For adults, it's 7 to 9 servings. I don't know of a whole lot that get that many. And, a lot of people are deficient, especially in the Midwest over the summer, with vitamin D, maybe even iron for a lot of people. So, finding good supplements to kind of help with that. What people have to remember is they're supplements. They're to supplement the food that you have, and don't rely 100% on taking those.
How much water would you say you should drink every day? Like if the average person's, working out the amount,
Mm-hmm.
how much water should they drink along with that?
The golden rule, right? It used to be 8 glasses, but now it's half your body weight in ounces of water. So a 150-pound person should drink about 75 ounces of water a day. And if you're working out, I typically recommend a little bit more. That's a basic to go off of, but then you should be drinking water while you're working out as well.
Do you know any good places to get healthy food in Des Moines?
In Des Moines. Well, my favorite thing, are you talking like for restaurants or for purchasing and to, make it at home?
I just meant like restaurants for right now.
Yeah, there are a few. I will say it's a little difficult right around campus because if you look, 2 blocks in each direction, it's mostly fast food. And I never say that there's a food that's bad. There's good, better, and best. You can find something really any place that's, decent. It's not something I'm going to recommend to people. By here, typically it's going to be like Subway, just kind of watching, the condiments you put on. They do have, there's some juice places, smoothies, a lot of people think are super healthy, but they're full of sugar. Even just the smoothies at Einstein's have about 80 grams of sugar in them. So it's hard for people to realize, I think, what's healthy and what's not. You can get healthy Mexican, you can do fajitas, you can do, there are modifications that you can make to really any place around here. As far as just plain health food places, it's really tough in this neighborhood.
What is a good alternative to soft drinks? Have you found anything like that?
We have gotten so accustomed to having things have to taste sweet. So to go to straight water can be tough for people. Some people like carbonated water. So you get a little bit of flavor in there. One thing when I'm kind of weaning someone down is, there's like Mio, the little water enhancers that you can add that give a little bit of flavor. Is it something that I'm 100% crazy about? No, because it's got a lot of artificial things in them and artificial sweeteners. But if it gets them to kind of step down from having soda, I'll take it. There's some different, the beverage industry is like multi-billion-dollar industry a year. And that's not all from just selling soda. There's vitamin water, there's Hint, there's all these other things that sometimes can be portrayed as being healthier when they have a lot of sugar in them as well. But just those little additives, Crystal Light, those types of things, not long-term, but short-term to kind of wean people off of soda. I would recommend those.
For someone who's never worked out before, what would you say is the best thing to start on?
Would always say, walking, it doesn't take any equipment, and strength training. The great thing about the internet is there are tons and tons of resources where you can find, YouTube tutorials on proper ways to lift. If you're a college student here, luckily that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help kind of educate people on that. Strength training is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. But if you don't have access to a gym, walking, perfect way to start. And I suggest find something that you like to do, because if you don't like doing it, you're not going to stick with it.